actually so excited to watch the Victoria's Secret fashion show, even though it's gonna make me depressed. I'm not ready for the Victoria's Secret fashion show to point out how fat I am. Victoria's Secret fashion show coming up just gives me another reason to hate myself. Nearly that time of year where every girl feels like a lump of lard with a drop or 5 of self-hatred and disappointment. Time to starve because Victoria's Secret fashion show is coming up. I don't even feel upset that I don't look like a Victoria's Secret model. I feel suicidal. Well, the Victoria's Secret fashion show is coming up next Monday, December 5th, and I wanted to talk to you about it, about the reasons I choose not to watch it. I want to make 2 disclaimers. The first disclaimer is that I am not telling you what to do, and the second disclaimer is that I am not bashing the women who choose to walk in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. They are my sisters. Every woman in the world is my sister through and through. I am not here to bash any woman or what any woman has decided. I'm just here to tell you about why I choose to not watch the show. This show cultivates so much self-hatred and self-loathing in the hearts of young women all across the world. It is something that is even beyond my comprehension. Those tweets that I read that's just a drop in the bucket of what young women have to say about the way that watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show makes them feel. Within this show, women walk down the runway in underwear. That plain and simple. They walk down the runway in underwear, they prance around to music, and everyone smiles and laughs and this and that, whatever. And these women are have achieved the perfection that the world tells us is the perfect body. They are long limbed, they are perfectly toned, they have the perfect thigh gap, they have the perfect body. But the problem is, we look at their perfect body, and these women, I mean, they're beautiful women, they're gorgeous women, but they have achieved this perfect body by spending every ounce of their being dedicated to the way their body looks for this fashion show. In a news article a couple years ago, one of the models is quoted as saying, she said she does not eat any solid food for 9 days before the fashion show. Oh my gosh. That is something that I could never do in my own life. I've got too much going on. I've got things to do. That is not something that is a sustainable lifestyle for any woman who goes to school, who works, who has children, who has a job, who has any of the normal life where she has to do a million other things other than just focus on what her body looks like for this fashion show. That is her full-time job, is the way her body looks. So many young women that I've talked to, as you know, you might feel this too, feel that deep down feeling of I'm not enough, like I am not pretty enough, etc. My body is not good enough. And this show so cultivates and magnifies that lie within women that we are not enough. I've even heard from women who say, like, yes, I read all these articles, don't believe the magazines because all those girls are airbrushed and it's not attainable, etc. And then I see these women walking on the runway and I say, but it is attainable. Like, it is possible because those women are not airbrushed. They look exactly like that. So I look at my body and I think, like, I'm not enough. There's so much more that I could be doing to be more beautiful and to look like them. When you are supposed to look like you and I'm supposed to look like me and be happy and healthy and strong. This show perpetuates and magnifies that lie in women. Like I said in those tweets, this show within them cultivates self-hatred, and that is a really problematic thing. Participating or watching or viewing anything that cultivates self-hatred or disappointment in yourself or anything like that, that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. And that's, as women, what we need to decide. Is this making me happier and healthier? Or is this hurting my self-image and hurting the way I feel about myself? And if it is hurting the way I feel about myself and my self-image, I need to step away from it and I need to not participate in it and not look at it, etc. I also get angry about the Victoria's Secret fashion show. I get really angry about it because so much of our world is women's empowerment, woohoo, go women, we're all pro women, and women need, just equal treatment as men, and etc. and so forth. And then we put all these women, as sex objects, quite honestly, on a runway prancing around in lingerie. What kind of empowerment is that? What is that saying to the world? That's saying to the world, we as women want to be empowered, but we're going to participate in this culture of selling our bodies and selling ourselves in order to feel empowered. That's just not working. A lot of women also, when I talk to them about this or read things online or hear from them online, they say like, well, I'm comfortable with my body, so I can watch it. Like, it doesn't affect my self-esteem or my self-image because I'm fine with myself. Well, watching the show at all supports a culture of sex selling and selling women and objectifying women. When we as women watch this, we are saying that is okay with me for women to be looked at as objects, to be used as objects, etc. So no matter how comfortable you are with your body, and if you are, that's wonderful, that's amazing. Watching this supports that culture, supports like putting women on pedestals as objects to be looked at, to be ogled at, and to be used just for their bodies. I don't want to support a culture that sells women and objectifies women and says that women's empowerment is us prancing around on stages in lingerie. I think women's empowerment is about a lot more than that. I really do believe that there are so many more things that we could be doing as women to celebrate women and womanhood. Lastly, if you still think that the Victoria's Secret fashion show is like a celebration for women and you should get together with your girlfriends and, you know, get wine and whatever and watch it if you're 21. They invited The Weeknd to perform at this celebration of women, as some call it. The Weeknd has some of the most horrifically degrading and sexist music about women. It's unbelievable. So to invite him to something that so many women think is a celebration of women and our womanhood is almost funny, but too sad to be funny. Sadly. I would really encourage you, if this is something you have done in the last couple years, or, you know, if you want to tune in on Monday, just think about those things. Think about how it's going to make you feel as a woman. Like, if it's going to make you feel bad about yourself, critical about yourself, self-hatred, even suicidal, that one girl said in her tweets. Think about how you are contributing at watching this to a culture that objectifies and sells women and our bodies. And get out there, lastly, and live like the glorious girl you are. We are not the sum of our appearance as women. We are so not the sum of our appearance. It is not everything that we are. You are so much more than your body. You are a soul and you are a beautiful woman with so much to offer the world. It's amazing. And I want you to know that, and I want you to never, ever, ever forget that. Find some girlfriends, go do something fun, go do something uplifting, go do something that's gonna help you remember that you are an amazing and glorious woman with so much to offer the world. Talk to you later. Bye.